Dried pasta is quick and easy to prepare, available in countless varieties, and an indispensable part of any pantry. It still can't hold a candle to the fresh stuff. Homemade noodles take time and effort to make, but the delicate texture and delicious taste are so worth it. There are lots of options for pasta makers to help mix, shape, and cut, from old-school hand-cranked tabletop models to fully automated electric options. These machines let you customize ingredients to your preferences and dietary requirements, making fresh pasta on demand a reality. To find the best pasta makers, I tested 8 manual, hand-crank models, and 4 electric machines compatible with KitchenAid stand mixers. I evaluated their performance and ease of use while rolling and cutting 3 different types of pasta dough. Number 1. The best manual pasta maker. Marcato Atlas 150 Pasta Machine. The Atlas took dough down to the thinnest spec with ease. It was smooth and stable to crank, had an easy-to-read setting dial, and made clean cuts. It transitioned well from rolling to cutting, and presented no cleaning challenges. Plus, there are many compatible cutter attachments available if you want to grow your collection. The Atlas can roll sheets of dough to 10 different levels of thickness, and then a dual-sided cutter attachment has 2 options for width. The same crank controls the roller and the cutter, so you just rotate it in the opposite direction to switch from flattening dough to slicing noodles. We loved the texture of pasta that came out of this machine. The rollers were designed to create a rough surface that holds onto sauce. Selecting a thickness is as simple as turning a dial, and we had no trouble getting flat, even sheets, even on the thinnest setting. The cutters are also easy to use, though we got better results with wide fettuccine than narrow tagliolini. The wheels didn't quite cut all the way through the whole length of the sheet, so we had to carefully separate and tear apart some of the pasta. Number 2. Best pasta maker for beginners, Imperia Pasta Maker Machine. Another Italian-made pasta machine, the Imperia really impressed us with its heavy-duty construction, especially given its slightly below-average price. The clamp held it securely to the table, and the crank turned smoothly and easily on every one of the 10 settings. It was able to roll dough effortlessly, and even the cutter didn't give us much trouble. We had to manually separate a few noodles, but for the most part everything sliced apart fully and correctly, with no jamming or backing up. It performed just as well on fettuccine as on spaghetti, too. Because the machine works so smoothly, it's also easy to clean. You can't use a dishwasher, or even the sink, but since very little flour and dough get left behind, a wipe with a paper towel is all that's needed. The Imperia offers a really nice balance of value and quality. It costs twice as much as the very cheapest manual machines, but it's a big step up in construction and ease of use. And there are very pricey pasta makers available that don't do a much better job. This machine is good for a beginner or a more advanced pasta producer. Number 3. Philips 7000 Series Pasta Maker. Though they're quite a bit pricier than manual pasta makers, extruders make the entire process fully automatic. You add ingredients and insert a die to choose a shape, and the machine does the rest. The compact Viva can make nearly a pound at a time, and the texture of the pasta it made in testing was almost perfect. Especially with spaghetti, this machine yielded even noodles that were easy to cut, using the included tool, and did not stick together in the least. Its penne and fettuccine were also beautifully textured, and everything cooked to an ideal al dente in about 3 minutes. We also appreciated the extra extrude setting, which was designed to squeeze out the last bit of dough at the end of a batch. The Philips 7000 Series Pasta Maker can succeed with small amounts of pasta, too. Its minimum batch size is about 7 ounces, which is 2 or 3 servings of fresh pasta. If you wanted to whip up a little penne all amatriciana from scratch, just for one, you could. Although it comes with pasta dies for just 3 shapes, there are lots more compatible ones available, which you can use for everything from spiral fusilli to adorable kid-friendly dinosaurs. When it's time to clean up, you have to disassemble a lot of parts and rinse them with soap and water, but the included scraper and brush make that a fairly effortless process. The dies and some other interior pieces are even dishwasher safe, but we didn't find the dishwasher necessary. It's best to just hand wash the pieces right after use so you don't have to worry about dough drying in place. This thing's rather expensive for a pasta maker overall, but its price is pretty average for an extruder. If you're looking to upgrade from a manual maker to something more automatic, or if you're looking to create a wider variety of shapes than a roller/cutter is able to, the Philips 7000 series pasta maker is a good place to start. Number 4. Best Mixer Attachment. KitchenAid Pasta Roller and Cutter Attachment Set. If you have a KitchenAid stand mixer, you might have noticed the little cap on the front that's held on with a screw. This little access port allows you to connect a wide variety of attachments to the motor, which can do anything from grind meat to mill grain into flour. The KitchenAid pasta maker is our favorite one of those, because it's so easy and works so well compared to manual models. The set comes with a 6-inch roller to produce flat sheets of pasta in 7 different thicknesses, as well as cutters for spaghetti or fettuccine. In testing, everything worked beautifully, the dough didn't tear or shred during rolling, and the cutters consistently produced separate strands of noodles with no jamming, sticking, or smushing. And because you don't have to worry about turning the crank, you can use both hands on the dough for greater control. After using a rack to dry the pasta for a few hours, we made fettuccine Alfredo, and it was absolutely delicious, with a springy, toothsome quality to the noodles. As with most of the machines on this list, you can't put the KitchenAid pasta attachments in the dishwasher or wash them by hand under running water. The set includes a cleaning brush, however, and it made the process very easy. Because the dough didn't stick to any of the cutter pieces, we were able to brush away leftover flour with no trouble. The KitchenAid pasta set is fairly expensive, especially considering that you need a separate mixer just to use it. But if you already have a KitchenAid and want to make excellent, consistently textured pasta, it's a real winner. Number 5. Hamilton Beach Electric Pasta Maker and Noodle Machine. This pasta maker comes with a number of very nice features, like a built-in scale for weighing flour, a countdown timer, an extra-large mixing bowl for bigger batches, and a longer automatic pasta setting that allows time for the dough to rest in between kneading and extruding. It doesn't, however, come with a cutting tool of any kind and suggests using scissors. As it turns out, scissors are excellent for cutting long noodles like spaghetti or fettuccine, but cannot cut short pasta like macaroni effectively, at least not from this machine. The real problem, though, was that it stalled out 3 times during testing, twice with the machine's recommended dough recipe and once with Missy Robbins's dough recipe. It kept giving an error that the lid was not attached, even when it was. The fix was to apply lots of pressure when reattaching.